Crypto Kids, in this video, I've got some good news and I've got some bad news for you. I will begin with the bad news. Why? You're going to say, well, it's just you can't miss the elephant in the room. The line of support has been giving Bitcoin momentum from 2018 up until 2026. This support line on Bitcoin has been intact from when I was 11 years old. I was in middle school. And we're breaking below that right now. We've got 4 days to save ourselves. The good news is we actually may have an opportunity with a bullish divergence forming on the daily time frame. I'm going to cover strategy and how strategy is capitulating alongside every other product that strategy has to offer. Is this really a good thing? CryptoKid, have you gone mad? Why do you think this is all good? Those will be the questions and analysis that I'll be sharing on today's Bitcoin updates video. Guys, if you're watching this for the first time, my name is CryptoKid. Well, my real name is Efe. I've been making content for the past 4.5 years, in crypto for the past 6 years, and we are here. When I say every day, I mean every day. Guys, I had surgery and I still made content. I feel it's my responsibility to give you as relevant and as crucial information in the swiftest way possible. If you appreciate it, destroying the like button would just be such an amazing favor to push the video higher in the algorithm, and subscribe. We do things like the Crypto Late Night Show, the first ever talk show that's made in the crypto industry, alongside interviews with legends. I'm sure you will love it if you stick around, subscribe. With that, let's go into the support line formed from 2018 being broken in 2026. The more macro a resistance or a support line is, the more importance it has. The more you test a support or resistance, the weaker it becomes. 2019's bear market, that was test number 1. Then we got a wick. In COVID, it was only a wick, it wasn't a candle close. The 2023 bear market ended with 2-3 candles jumping right above the yellow line. We consolidated in a bear flag over the past few months. Now we're getting a very bad breakdown. If in 4 days, Bitcoin is sitting below 62,000, and I say 62,000 because you can manipulate this trend line to make it look like we're still above it up until $62,000. If we're below 62K in just 4 days, then sadly, the expectation is going to be lower for Bitcoin. How much lower? I can give you a speculation that we've not shared before frequently in our updates, so it's a new take. The Bitcoin realized price. The realized price is reference to the average buy-in of every single Bitcoin that exists in the ether. Every cycle, including Genesis, Bitcoin is broken below this average entry. The realized price in 2011 was $4.7. You went to $3. In the second cycle, the realized price was $300, but you went to $219. In 2019, 2018, realized price set at 4.5K, you went to 3.7. Finally, in the last cycle, it was 21.20, but you went to 15K. Today, the realized price sits at 53,200, and we haven't even, forget about testing it, right? Because testing is step 1. We haven't broken below. That would be the 53.2, could be a good initial target. If you remember from last night's uploads, we pointed out some critical price action territories that if we were to go down, it would likely mark the low. Timing the low, super difficult. That's not what I'm trying to do. Timing as in with a nominal price figure. We can try to capture it as in if it will be in Q4 of this year, Q1 of next year. I'll get to that. Timing it with the nominal price figure is almost impossible. We can get lucky. From a logic-based POV, 49 is great. March 2022 retest and then 67% capitulation. Bitcoin ETF euphoria, test dump of $10,000. August 2024 Japanese yen carry trades, boom, up you went. So 49K is amazing. 53.2. What is at 53? The realized price. But what's also at 53 is the candle body closures, the triple candle body closures that rallied you from 50s into 126K. That's reasonable as a potential low that can get punched in. What most make the mistake doing is they want to see that low, then they buy, but you don't know the low was in until about 2 months later from low creation. I would not wait to buy Bitcoin at the exact dollar amount that you want to. It's not, from 6 years at least of what I learned, that's not the way to capture a good entry. A good entry is made when you can identify the overall sentiment, the overall price discount from all-time highs, and where you are in the 4-year cycle. The 4-year cycle suggests that we should get to the ultimate finality in the trough of our bear cycle. That should kick in from October to November to December. And I believe it. I've believed in the 4-year cycles. That's how we got the top right when everybody rejected it. That's how we got this fake pump over here, right? We said 81K. This is the place where I'm looking to sell. Why? Well, we're going to repeat prior cyclicalities. That's how we got it correct. And I still trust in the 4-year cycle, but I also know that a 50% discount from all-time highs is good enough for me to purchase. It's already, this was what we meant as 81K. A 50% discount from all-time highs is already enough for me to purchase. It's already enough. We got a rebound from the 200-week moving average. We have this line. There's still, fingers crossed, in 4 days, maybe we break miraculously into 62. We've got a bullish divergence on the daily time frame, and it leads me to believe that Bitcoin will have at least in the short term, a small recovery. Then we can reassess, reanalyze where we're at, what we're doing. So in the short term, I expect a rally. I think now is a phenomenal entry for Bitcoin, but is it over? Unlikely. I'm not counting on that unlikeliness to not buy. I'm buying now. Hopefully that made sense. Something I'm staying away from with a 10-meter distance is anything strategy related. See, strategy theoretically will be successful because Bitcoin is successful. If you didn't believe in Bitcoin, I get why people call Michael Saylor particular names and the company particular names. But because I believe in Bitcoin, I know that all of these things will likely work out and Michael Saylor will end up being a genius. And I think he's a genius. And I think he will be the first liquid trillionaire that comes around thanks to his Bitcoin holdings and his, his company. In the bear market, I tend to avoid it. We got a head and shoulders on the common A stock. Saylor is diluting shareholder value to purchase more Bitcoin. This was June 19th. A week ago exactly, we said, hey, head and shoulders, I expect lower. MSTR capitulated 25% since that post already. We have confirmed a close below the neckline of the head and shoulders. I'm looking at the 2021 second high at $83, $84 as an initial target. A second target would be between $50 to $44. And finally, I'd be looking at $35. Let's not even mention stretch. Peter Schiff, once in a blue moon, gets things correctly. He is right in saying that Saylor described stretch as a way to escape Bitcoin's volatility, whilst earning a stable-ish demand of 11.5 or a dividend of 11.5% annually divided into 24. You're not really escaping volatility if your preferred equity is down 28% from parity, is it? That's the situation. June 30th will be dividend day. I think that strategy will have to increase the dividend. I don't think they will skip on the dividend payment to not force sell their Bitcoin. I think they're likelier to sell their Bitcoin, increase the dividend, and revive stretch than doing the latter, which would mean MSTR likely goes further down in value. I can't comment on Stark, Sturf, and Stirred. I'm not so well versed on how they work, but the conclusion seems to be the same for each and every one of them. And that's the update when it comes to the strategy products. Most are saying, oh my God, Sailor is going to get liquidated. No, it's physically impossible for Sailor to get liquidated. The amount of Bitcoin they have on their balance sheet, 847,000, is tens and tens of multiples above their debt and liabilities. It's physically impossible for them to get margin called. It's the type of fund you hear closer to the end of the bear market cycle. But what I don't agree with from the strategy employee is that their balance sheet is quote unquote indestructible. No. If it was indestructible, then this wouldn't have happened. But will they get liquidated? I don't think so. Those narratives peak when you're in extreme fear territory closer to the end of the bear markets. Ladies and gents, that wraps up today's show. I hope you enjoyed it. 4 days. 4 days. We need to look out for a closure below this trend line. Then seeing 53, the mid 50s, will become infinitely more likely. If we can hold it and get the bounce from the bullish divergence, well, that's the good news. That's the bullish case scenario trading-wise, accumulating as many Bitcoin as I can and looking forward to going stupendously long once the daily 200 moving average gets broken to the upside. Until tomorrow, enjoy guys, and I'll see you very soon here on the CryptoKid channel. Take care, as always, bye-bye.